Settle in for another late night at the Crucible now on BBC Two. It's Snooker's melting pot.
Hello, good evening. Welcome back to the Crucible Theatre in Sheffield and highlights of Day 3 of the 2018 Betfred World Snooker Championship. Only one place to start, and that is with a cracking match today between the 2005 World Champion Shaun Murphy and the Welsh qualifier Jamie Jones. From 5 apiece, Murphy took 3 frames to make it 8-5. Jones responded, winning the next 3 to make it 8 apiece. Murphy then went 9-8 up, taking the 17th frame. What a match. But in frame 18, the Welshman showed some real fighting spirit with a very brave century. And that meant for the very first time in this year's World Championship, we were heading for a final frame decider. So, who would hold their nerve in that final frame decider? We joined it early on commentary from John Parrott and Stephen Hendry.
Jamie Jones would have gone back to his chair after a previous black thinking, I've lost the match. That's exactly what his thoughts would have been walking back to his chair. What's he played here?
Well, if he's landed on that red, he is very, very lucky because he hit that so poorly.
5.
He choked his cue very aggressively there. Signing relief and anger, possibly.
He's got to hit down on this so he doesn't get a push shot. That's why he's raising the butt of the cue. So as mentioned at the start of the frame, all you want is a chance. And this is Jamie Jones' second already. Frame hasn't been going 3 minutes. If he can get on the black here
13.
and play a stun up into the pack, he's got the 2 reds that are available.
14.
Might not play here because the angle isn't great. But if he'd have been a bit lower, he would have been playing a stun up into the pack there.
Just as a sort of side note, it was interesting Shaun Murphy didn't go to the toilet. Go out the arena when it went to 9-9.
21.
You know, he sat there stewing. Sometimes it's good to get out and clear your head. Come back in fresh for the final frame. Another poor positional shot if he's dead straight on this blue or even wrong side of it. He just have squeezed enough angle.
That's an excellent shot. That really is an excellent shot.
27.
Very well controlled. We go across the table twice. Now imperative, this is the key shot. He has got to get an angle to get into that bunch of reds. And he's got one. And this 28. Is the key shot. Nice and hard, full ball on the pink, and take your chances.
Again, if he's going to hit any side of the pink, perhaps the right hand side as we look up the table. If he catches the left half of the pink, I mean, he could even go in off in the left corner. He could lose the cue ball. He hit it perfectly. What a shot. That could be the match-winning shot. He couldn't hit that any better.
33.
No, said it in the middle, Jamie. That was plumb. Absolutely spot on. Yeah, just take your time.
Yeah, take a breath.
Wouldn't be the biggest player on the circuit, and it's a bit of a stretch for him. It wouldn't be a problem really for 1 or 2 players, but for him, he's got to be careful. You can see that cue shaking about a bit. Oh, well done.
34.
Couldn't ask for these any better, but it's not about how easy they are now. It's whether you can do it.
Yeah, you can miss anything at this stage. Oh, that was not hit well at all. You could see where the black went in the pocket.
Can you
41.
believe it? Are there any more twists in the tail here? I mean, how can he end up there, stuck on the red? If he doesn't win this match, he'll be remembering that shot.
That's the thing about twitches, John. You never know when they're going to happen until just after you've played them. If you knew you were going to do it, you'd get up again and get back down to the shot.
Yeah, of course, he's got a 42-point lead here. The last thing he's going to do is move the red on the right-hand side cushion. You can see up towards the balk area. He's going to leave that where it is. But trust me, he will be kicking himself. He didn't win the frame there.
Jamie Jones, 41.
And he's left possibly a shot to nothing. Very good pot under the circumstances, and actually quite a bit unlucky not to leave himself something easier.
I'm thinking, can he hit the yellow off the cushion, take the red off the right-hand side cushion, leave the white, tighten the baulk cushion? Is enough happening in that shot for you, John?
Goodness me. You turned into Einstein.
The only problem you've got is if you leave the yellow glued to that right-hand side cushion and taking the red off. Oh, he's chosen to take... I may have tried to promote that red.
Sean Murphy,
Yep. I mean, I genuinely like the way you were thinking. I would have been tempted to do it with the brown. Brown could have done that there, could have played the safety into the balk area, brown onto the red, moved it into a possible position, and then you got the chance for the counter clearance. Wouldn't argue with that shot. But as it is, he's got to wait for another chance if it comes along.
I don't know if the cross doubles on and avoid the red that's down on the right-hand side of the table down this end. Bring the cue ball back to baulk. He's looking at playing the red up the cushion. If he doesn't get the jaws of the pocket, he can leave this red. Didn't get the jaws of the pocket. Red's coming back up the table.
Jamie just trying to get that cue ball in behind the green. Ooh, not quite. But every little mistake now is going to be magnified, and you certainly don't want to be presenting the next chance through one of your own mistakes. Needs to get a better safety here, Sean. Too thin.
Excellent shot from Jamie Jones. Excellent pace in the cue ball. And another bonus, put a red safe in the left-hand side cushion.
Well, Sean can see the red to the right-hand side of the black. That's the one he's got to take. But boy, have you got to hit this one good. And he didn't. So there's a chance. Pot red, stun across onto the side cushion, back for the black. Pressure on it though, obviously not just the circumstances, but he'll probably leave a red up if he misses. So I've got to get it. Straight into the heart of the pocket. Well played. Oh, that was much better than it looked as well. Oh, he had a little look to himself there. He had a little... Ooh.
Yeah, don't get excited too soon though. Another 3 or 4 balls to be potted. But he, like you, John, knew that that black was a better shot than it looked.
9.
Well, you've certainly got to give it to him. He's been in there fighting all day. Even when he looked a bit rocky and like the game was running away from him, he hung around. In fairness, he got a bit of help from his opponent.
Yeah, he was let off the hook about 8-5. Sean had a couple of chances. Mr. Red in the right middle. Maybe didn't come out with the intensity of concentration that he had pre the interval.
But he's kept on in there and fighting and hasn't given up, Jamie Jones. A couple of times his cue action looked a bit suspect and it let him down on 1 or 2
16.
shots, and a few chances he had let go begging, but he's kept on in there and he looks like he's going to get his reward for it.
This half of the draw is slowly starting to open up. Defending champion Selby already gone. This black away from Sean Murphy going as well.
What a wonderful, wonderful feeling it is. I'm not that old, I can't remember it.
24.
He will be absolutely gutted, Sean Murphy. Definitely came here as one of the
25.
favourites. His performances this season. Go home, avoid a television for a couple of weeks now.
$30.
Well, it's not there, but 72
Jamie
points
Jones,
to 1.
30.
It goes in, and what a fantastic match we've witnessed today. Sean Murphy led 8-5, looked like he was going to be the winner, but Jamie Jones simply wouldn't go away. And he comes through an epic encounter. He knocks out Sean Murphy by 10 frames to 9. He's in the next round now.
I played him in exactly the same time, exactly the same session, like 6 years ago and won. So maybe it's meant to be, but you know, I still had to play good. The game was it ebbed and flowed really. He was sort of he'd win 2 or 3 frames, I'd win 2 or 3, and then it was like at the end, and he just get every ball in, just get it in the hole.
From 8-5, I got an early chance in the next frame after the interval. I would have desperately loved to have carried the match on. I didn't want to stop for a coffee. I wanted to carry on, but etiquette dictates, and we stopped the game. We went out. I got first chance in the next frame, missed a little sort of half stunny screwy black into the corner pocket, and from then on the momentum changed. And these long matches are all about ebb and flow and momentum, and when you've got the balls going with you, you've got to capitalise, and things changed for me.
I was just sort of trying to tell myself, play like you're in the club. You know, the chance I had in the decider, I wouldn't have missed if I was in the club. And as it happened, I run out of position. It's just tension in your arm, tension. You know, you just got to try and keep yourself loose and play him. But it's so difficult out there.
There seems to be something in this building that improves Jamie's game by a significant margin. I think if I was on his team, I'd be trying to find out what it is about this place that manages for him to tap into that extra little bit of potential, because this place does funny things to people, and for Jamie it seems that when he gets here he seems to play better.
I think this is my best ever win. To play a player of Sean's experience here counts for something. I've only been here 3 times, and to play him over the distance and be behind all the way and then finally get through, I think it's going to give me a lot of confidence going forward.
Yeah, really good performance from Jamie Jones. Sorry to see Sean Murphy go from the Crucible. Right, our next match sees the 2013 Crucible runner-up Barry Hawkins taking on Stuart Carrington. Stuart making his 3rd appearance at the Crucible, never won a match here. It was 5-3 after the first session in the morning. Barry then went 7-3 up in the evening session, but really couldn't shake the world number 56 off. Carrington taking 4 frames from 5. This is frame 16. Hawkins leads 8-7. Stuart to play. No score. Commentary from John Parrott and Peter Ebden.
That helps. That's a lovely little fluke and a beautiful little kiss on the brown. Barry's not too impressed. No intention of playing a advantage there, just one of those safety shots that you occasionally get a bonus off. But it's not a great chance, this. Pink's not available, black's tied up.
5.
Too well to score a few here. Goodness me, what a little bonus that was. Flicked the red away from the black. If you can just negotiate the next positional shot, what a difference that's made to the break. This is a little bit trickier though. Digging down, a little bit of side on, easy to hit these. A bit thick. Well done. He's okay. But what about this one?
11.
Round the angles, trying to come back round, and then, oh, a little flick. How nice was that?
Yes, because he actually overhit it, John, didn't he? If he doesn't get the flick on the red, the cue ball's heading towards the green side cushion. Oh, he controlled that really well. That was an excellent shot. Well played.
Yeah, beautifully played. I mean, he's had to play that with a load of drag. He hit it below the centre, but follow through, and then just cue ball grabs on the cloth and then dies when it makes contact with the object ball. Nice shot.
Mm. 19.
Is this any good? Yep, slightly hampered with the cueing. Well, the red he wants to play, he's slightly hampered. The other red that's easy, he can't get the cue ball out of the pack.
Yeah, well played. That was a lot more difficult than it looked. That could easily have gone horribly wrong. He's missed the cannon on the red. He can't believe it.
27.
He's just trying to flick that red, that one there now. But he's put a little bit of side on it, which is thrown the cue ball out. Now he can pot this red, as the one I mentioned earlier. Obviously it's an easy pot, but getting the cue ball out into a potable position for a colour is going to be very difficult. He's trying to see what the angle is. I just think he's got to lap this. Hit it as hard as he can, Pete, and just hope he lands on one.
Well, I think if he takes the red into the right-hand black pocket and plays it as a screw shot through the reds, I think he can end up on the black into the same pocket. But this red into the centre is very tricky.
He obviously can't get position off the other one, so that's why he's taking this.
He's missed it.
Stuart Carrington, 27.
Now he wishes he'd taken the other one. It was well judged. You full well he was getting the cannon onto the yellow, but had to ensure that it was a full cannon, so the cue ball didn't run away. So he played that well. It's not easy to get position here. Put his cue down on the table, thinking he wants to be on the left-hand side down here. That's a cracking shot. That is very good.
4.
Played it round off the angles onto the only one he could get onto. And the good news about this, of course, if he pots this red, he then moves and clears the path for the red that's above the black on the left-hand side. That was an excellent shot.
He's thinking about possibly moving the red away from the side cushion as well with this and staying on the blue.
5.
That's what he played. And it looks as if the pink may go as well. There you see, clearly goes.
Yeah, that green really was an excellent positional shot.
11.
A shot you see played all the time. It was very
12.
good. Yep. mentioned Barry's green. This was it. Round, down
17.
off the angles, back and right into the gap. Couldn't play it any better. Great shot.
He's digging deep here, John, isn't he?
He's having to. His opponent's making him work hard. Another excellent shot.
18.
Very easy to misjudge those with the pace on the cue ball. Looks like he's got his focus back. Barry, he struggled a little bit this evening. One or two of the frames, not his usual really high standards, but it's not about that at the minute. It's about getting over the line. No good finding your form when you're on the motorway going home. You just
33.
have to find a way to get through it and sort it out in the practice table. It's all about winning, getting over that line. Well, he won't like that shot very much. Obviously those two reds on the right hand side are very potable. Didn't really want to leave them into the middle. Peter's mentioned this evening on a few occasions how tough the middles are. That's what he's got left now. So
41.
Cueing required here.
Struck that beautifully, and once again that was a lot more difficult than it looked.
Got to play this one with a little bit of run inside here. It's not a natural angle here. Well negotiated. Much better shot than it looked. A little bit of side. Just changes the potting angle.
49.
He played that beautifully.
What's that?
So there's a disturbance somewhere behind.
Do you mean the curtain? It's gone, yeah.
It's gone.
Shut it.
Someone was popping out round the curtain for some reason. Great timing.
$50.
Well, may have to play. Oh, he can hold this. May have to play a cannon here. Didn't want to. It would have been slightly higher. Well, he could hold it. Good shot. I say looked a little bit low on our monitor, but
57.
controlled that perfectly. And this is as good as he's looked in the match for a while. Nothing like
58.
late night at the Crucible in the first round to make you focus.
Yes, this has been a great effort from Barry Hawkins so far in this break. That could have ended up nicer.
65.
Yep, just when he needed an absolute easy ball after a cannon, he's got this. And of course, frame ball always seems to be the way when you just need one more red. So, got to take it.
Well, even though the yellow is reasonably safe, there's a lot of pressure on this. Well played. Excellent pot. It was very clever where he left the cue ball there, John, wasn't he?
Yeah, he played it in the right way. Just stunned the cue ball over to the side cushion in case he missed. But it was a nice clean pot. And an excellent contribution. That's why he's one of the best players in the world. And they need to find it, they do.
71. $72.
Well, keep on fighting, Will Stewart. Match isn't over yet. Well, yellow doesn't go in, but that was an excellent break from Barry Hawkins. Contribution of 79 when he needed it most. Looks like he's got his game back, and he leads 9 frames to 7. One more required to get into the second round.
And remember, Barry celebrating his birthday this evening. Perhaps not the celebration that he was hoping for. A long, drawn-out match against Stewart, but he's edging ever closer to the last 16. Let's show you what happened in the next frame. Back to John and Peter.
Yeah, still a very tough match player, isn't he, Nigel Bond? Got all the experience in the world, former world finalist. Nice lad, great player.
Well, much more attacking safety shot from Barry there, thicker. Can open the reds up. Knew full well he'd be getting the cue ball down into the baulk area, but nevertheless played it a bit more positively. So the players these days are playing thin clips off the pack with sides so they don't open the balls up too much and knock one over the corner, but sometimes a good old-fashioned half ball thick isn't the worst time. The worst thing to do.
He certainly can't afford to be catching this one thick. That's just taken the brown and the blue out of commission.
Well, choice of reds here for Barry, and he's making the positive choice. pot. If the pink goes,
One.
result. Good pot. And the pink does go. And of course, Barry being left-handed, even better.
Seven.
It's just I mentioned earlier this evening, when you're a little close with the object ball and cue ball, just got to make sure you get that angle in your mind. And he's hit the near jaw, but ooh, it's in.
8.
Thought for a split second he may have missed that. And dare I say it, this is looking like a very good chance for frame and match.
15.
Lots of pressure out there. Can easily go wrong, but he's got first chance at it.
$16.
Oh, he's got a little screw cannon on the 3 reds above here. So he's putting his cue there. I think that's definitely the shot. Yep. Be very unlucky not to be on the red that's just above the black. So little screw cannon into the 2 reds that are virtually stuck together. Oh, he doesn't like it. Looks like he's just going to drop it in. Something he didn't like about that shot, but I don't know what it was. I think it was impossible not to be on that red, playing the screw cannon.
$23.
Should be okay here. He's got straightish red into the yellow pocket. Well played.
24.
Yeah, good recovery, but still shaking my head as to why he didn't play the cannon on those 3 reds. It's almost as if he's trying to be too precise and had to play that cannon. He's been down the table anyway. He's recovered.
27. $28.
Well, he's got the same shot now. Surely got a player here. Stun up into the 2 reds. Something he doesn't like about it, but you're not going to stick on them, that's for sure. I just don't know why he screwed it. Why did he
35.
screw that shot? It's just a stun into the 2 reds. Cannot be on, he got to be on the bottom red with a stun shot. Don't know why he saw that was a problem. Looks like it's end of break.
Barry Hawkins, 35.
Well, he did 35, but he knows as well as anyone it should have been more than that.
So Barry Hawkins has thrown a lifeline to Stuart Carrington in this match. Could and perhaps should have been all over there. Oh, that's a very good length on the cue ball. Excellent shot, well played.
Yep. Don't blame him thinking about it. Struggling to see a safety shot myself here. He's just come down to have a look that if he may be forced into the pot. Play it in a way that if he knocks it in, he can drop down onto the black, but this is asking a lot.
And he'll definitely be leaving a red into the left centre should he miss it.
One.
Oh, what a pot. Fantastic.
Well, that's the best shot of the night. That really is an absolute cracker. That'd be a tough shot in the club to knock it out. The circumstances he's in this evening, that was a whopper.
Don't forget to miss to pot the black. Oh, he's missed it.
Stuart Carrington, 1.
Yeah, good solid pot that.
1.
Right into the back of the leather. And not easy these sometimes to get position off, so good positional shot required. Oh, hit that lovely. Really nice. So,
8.
second chance for Barry Hawkins. And I don't expect him to make a mistake here.
9.
No need to do anything fancy with the cue ball in this break. Reds are available. As Peter mentioned before, the 2 reds will go in the left-hand centre
16.
pocket.
17.
You can also stun up and play them in the right-hand corner, so choice of shots here.
$24.
All about
25.
doing what you normally do, cueing through the ball nicely and holding yourself together. So it's been tough, hard fought. Barry Hawkins knocks this
31.
red in and a colour, and it should be second round. Here we come.
32.
It's been a grueler for him. Stuart Carrington has competed exceptionally well. Be the first to admit he hasn't always been at his best in this match, but boys, he tried hard. And Barry Hawkins has had
38.
to dig deep this evening to get over the line.
And that doesn't really matter. I
Barry
think that
Hawkins.
should be enough.
38.
Well, Stuart wasn't given up, and the fans here at the Crucible certainly got their money's worth tonight with this one. Just a few minutes later, despite that
Hawkins, 7.
very brave effort from Stuart Carrington, Barry Hawkins sealed the victory on his birthday. Not a piece of cake tonight for the Hawk, but there will be a little chance for him to have a celebration tonight on his big day.
It was a really tough game, so that should stand me in good stead. You know, it was a battle all the way, so I was pleased with my attitude. You know, I didn't think I let things get to me too much. I wasn't playing great. In patches, I played all right. But yeah, I mean, that's the first match I've had really since the China Open final. So yeah, I haven't been able to play none of my practice partners. There was all the way qualifying, so it was just solo practice all the time. And it to be honest with you, I don't mind doing a few days of it, but it starts driving me mad after a little while. And yeah, so it's nice to get a tough match like that under my belt. Yeah.
Tough day stroke night for Barry Hawkins on his birthday. Another man through to the last 16 is Northern Ireland's Mark Allen. He's safely through. The Masters champion having earlier secured a 10-5 win over the Crucible debutant Liam
26.
Highfield. Allen led 6-3 overnight, thoroughly deserved his win, and now
Mark
plays
Allen,
world number
26.
22, Joe Perry, who was, of course, a shock winner against the defending champion Mark Selby in round 1. That should be a good match. Mark Allen, handshakes all round, and he's safely through.
10-5 looks comfortable on paper, but it was anything but. No, Liam made a real tough match of it, and I feel like it was a match that I was in control of. It was more that Liam was potting some great individual balls to get himself out of trouble at times, and I felt like that made the match a lot closer. I think no matter how many years you come here, you always take time to settle. It's a daunting place, and I think that's my 10th or 11th year in a row, and you still get the butterflies, you still feel edgy out there, and you never truly settle until you get a frame or two on the board. But I feel like I've learned how to handle it a little bit better. But yeah, you still feel butterflies and stuff when you go out.
It's been a busy old day at the Crucible. Let's bring you right up to date then. Allen beating Highfield 10-5. Cracking match between Jamie Jones and Sean Murphy. As we've seen, long old affair tonight with Barry Hawkins seeing off Stuart Carrington. And Ding Junhui leads Zhao Guodong 6-3. And Ricky Walden's played very well tonight too. He leads Luca Brissell by 6 frames to 3. We are back with you at 10 o'clock on BBC Two with the conclusion of that all-Chinese affair between Ding Junhui and Zhao Guodong. And if you want even more snooker, that's great, because Snooker Extra follows this programme with that match between Ding Junhui and Zhao Guodong. But get some sleep. We shall see you in the morning. Bye for now.